In flames of death's eternal rain, we ride towards the fight. When the darkness is falling down and the times are tough, alright. The sound of evil laughter falls around the world tonight. Fighting on for the steel through the wastelands evermore. The scattered souls will feel the hell, bodies wasted on the shores. On the blackest plains in hell's domain, we watch them as they go. In fire and pain, now once again we know. So now we fly ever free. We're free before the thunder storm. On towards the wilderness, our quest carries on. Far beyond the sundown, far beyond the moonlight. Deep inside our hearts and all our souls. So far away, we wait for the day. For the lives all so wasted and gone. We feel the pain of a lifetime lost in 1,000 days. Through the fire and the flames we carry on. As the red day is dawning and the lightning cracks the sky, they'll raise their hands to the heavens above with resentments to their rise. Running back through the mid-morning light, there's a burning in my heart. We're banished from a time to a foreign land, to a life beyond the stars. In your darkest dreams, see to believe our destiny this time. And endlessly we'll all be free tonight. And on the wings of a dream so far beyond reality, all alone in desperation, now the time has gone. Lost inside, you'll never find, lost within my own mind. Day after day, this misery must go on. So far away, we wait for the day, for the lives all so wasted and gone. We feel the pain of a lifetime lost in 1,000 days. Through the fire and the flames we carry on.
Well, that's a good thing I did a quick little unintentional test before we started there, but hello there. Oops, sorry. Hello there. It is Friday. You know what that means. Welcome on in. My name is Kira Kennedy. Hey, James, I'm doing very well. How are you doing today? We are live with Pokemon Violet Masuda Roulette, and oh boy, it's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting stream tonight. Because I got a lot to gush about when it comes to this week's AEW. Because one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, the Golden Star Kota Ibushi, is finally making his AEW debut next week, and I fucking love it. Oh. James, I don't know if you ever saw any of Ibushi's matches outside of the Cruiserweight Classic, but you really should check out some of the matches, because Ibushi is a fucking madman in the ring. General Kenobi. Have to be honest, I've had better days. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully, you know, some of my bad jokes can take your mind off, you know, whatever's getting you down there. It always sucks to hear people coming in having had a bad day. Man, I remember when this song first came out. This was like, you know, this was like the Guitar Hero song everyone tried to learn how to play. And I used to remember, like, nobody on YouTube seemed to be able to to do like a decent cover of this. Nowadays, it's like, this is cake. Try playing God by Polyphia, which I don't know if you ever heard that song. That song is fucking art. There we go. That's a decent. In fact, let me actually post the link to it in chat, so you can actually get a chance to listen to this fucking masterpiece. The freedom of every man, so far away, we wait for the day. So that, if you ever get a chance, that is Playing God by Polyphia, and that is, like, that's the new standard for guitar players, I would say. If I could play that, that would be amazing, but I don't think I could. See, did it post up in the chat? It did not. Okay, let me quickly post it up in the Kick chat for anyone who might be watching there. Make sure that goes to the right. Yep, it went to the right place. Whatever reason, oh, right. Restream's chat is read-only for Kick right now, so I'd have to manually post stuff into Kick from the actual website. Hopefully they get that rectified soon. Gonna make his mistake list. Remind you were, yeah, I understand that. That can be a huge thing. But I think the thing about that is, like, the strike's not exactly affecting indie directors. In fact, SAG-AFTRA is saying, like, you know, if there's any, like, as long as you're not scabbing on, like, an actual production, like a big budget Hollywood production, it's not considered scabbing. And besides, the strikes wouldn't be going on if, you know, if people like David Zaslav, Mr. The Flash is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my entire life! You know? I don't know why I went from Superboy Prime to Chester A. Bum, but... You know, it's kinda just... Actually, no, to be fair, Chester A. Bum probably has more dignity than David Zaslav at this point. And it feels weird giving something with from Channel Awesome kudos. You know, but people like that, people like the head of Netflix, hey, Robot, how you doing, bud? Like the chairman of Netflix, if they weren't actively trying to screw the writers and the actors, like, did you hear about the groundbreaking proposal that I can't remember what they're called, the AMTP or something? They were bringing this to SAG-AFTRA, or SAG-AFTRA. Sorry, ACTRA is the Canadian, I think, Actors Guild. But one of the proposals they gave was that, yeah, wait, I see, we are in content creation and interviewing if we were unionized, would join, yeah, most likely. Most likely. Because realistically, without the writers, without the actors, we wouldn't have, like, for good or bad, we wouldn't have stuff to talk about without these people, right? And thankfully right now, it seems like, you know, SAG-AFTRA and the WGA, they're not trying to organize some kind of boycott of this. I have played Pokemon Showdown, yes. I haven't gone on recently. I usually just use it for, like, team building and checking out where my checking out what moves I can teach my Pokemon. Other than that, I don't use it that much anymore. Honestly, Showdown playing online, it's so goddamn toxic. Like, it's like it's like a microcosm why I don't do a lot of online gaming, especially if there's mostly online gaming with a chat function, because so many comments about, like, you know, calling me the C word. I actually, James, you've heard this story before. I heard about that person who said they were going to force people out of their homes. No. Which is ironic because you saw what Bob Iger's I'm sure you saw Bob Iger's comments about after SAG-AFTRA went on strike, right? It's not realistic to expect better wages, but it's realistic to expect that they don't have that the unions don't have contingencies in place to make sure that people aren't getting kicked out of their homes. So I'm breaking the habits tonight. I remember when this cover first came out, because this cover came out not long after Chester Bennington, the lead singer of Linkin Park, the band who sings this song. It was this came out not too long after he passed away. But it's insane. It's insane how delusional these demands are from, like, the AMTPF or whatever the fuck they're called. I forget the name of the union that does all the negotiation, the group that's been handling the negotiations. But it's so fucking delusional. You know? And just the way these CEOs and the I'm just gonna call them the AMTP. I don't remember what the full name is. AMPTP. Thank you, James. It's so delusional what these CEOs and the AMPTP are saying and trying to counter with. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna make it so that background extras can have their likenesses scanned, and we can just use AI instead of just paying our fucking background extras. And this is how it ends. I don't know what's worth fighting for, or why I have to scream. I don't know how I got this way. I'll never be alright. So I'm breaking the like, what is it? This is like... I feel like this month, like this last month, has just been the month for hilariously bad takes or responses from people. Like, what is it? That one YouTuber who posted a 10-minute ukulele apology video so she could monetize it. What can I say? He wanted her, she never tell. I think that Vampy might be shiny, but I don't know for certain. Because they look almost exactly the fucking same. Had a problem with his bagels. Scared boy, she said, scared boy wasn't good enough for her. He had a pretty face, but nope, not shiny. Don't wait for old hog high survivors to admit. That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. That's about as likely as you know, Roman Polanski actually just not, you know, not being allowed to be nominated for Oscars, or fucking, what is it, Woody Allen, you know, all the shit he's He's done in the last. Boy, she said, see you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for her. Now he's a superstar, so having on his guitar. Is your pretty face, see what he's worth? Like, the problem, it just comes down to the fact that, like, I have a shiny Ditto in Pokemon Go. Nice! Did you get it from the, did you get it from the research, or from, did you actually manage to find one randomly? Because I know there was, heading into the Kanto tour, they did a shiny Ditto right before they did the shiny Mew research, which you can now redo. Random. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the last shiny I got was a random shiny Galarian Slowpoke. Story ends. Too bad that you couldn't see. To the man that boy could be. There is more than meets the eye. See all that live inside. I'm just a girl. Oh God. This song, I have no idea. Haven't you heard? Yeah, we rock each other's. Oh, exactly when it collapses. I don't know, like... I don't know how to... I don't really know how to respond to that, because the thing is, like... Peed your pants. Yikes. TMI there, bud. Like, I don't know, I feel like...
Wait for it. Stop. Video's over.
No, like, I don't really know how to respond to that, because, like, I don't know if it's... Because, like, it's not like once, you know... Once people like David Zaslav, the CEO of Netflix, step down, there's not going to be someone else exactly like them, right? Or, you know... Got all the Kanto birds, nice, yeah. Little bit TMI there, robot. And the violence causes sorrow. Very nice. Not a big great fan, but nice. Don't you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their drones. In your head. You got a Shadow Bird? Nice. What's in your head? In your head, zombie. What? Actually, you want to know something really embarrassing? And James is probably going to be the only one who in chat right now who's kind of gonna see how embarrassing this is. For the longest time, I thought "Zombie," the song that's being covered here, was by Alanis Morissette. I think Gyarados is a nice one. I didn't know it was by the Cranberries. I didn't know. I thought it was an Alanis Morissette song because I hear the kind of yodeling tone that Dolores used to have, and I immediately think Alanis. I don't know. Maybe it's just being Canadian, or I've only heard 2 Cranberry songs to be honest: "Zombie" and "Linger." And I only know "Linger" because of Click, the Adam Sandler movie. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their guns. and more drones in your head. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, those tickets must have been expensive. Like, I'd love to go see Blink, because I actually, the closest I've ever seen actually seeing Blink-182 live was when Mark, Tom, and Travis were kind of doing their own things. Like, Mark and Travis were doing a band called Plus 44, and then Tom was busy with Angels and Airwaves at the time. Because this was like when they still hated each other's guts. Thankfully, you know, I know Dreams by the Cranberries because they overplay that song. I've only ever heard 2 Cranberries songs. And one of them, like I said, for the longest time, I thought was an Alanis Morissette song. I have, yes. I played it back on my Twitch days. It's very, yes. Like, during the month of October, I usually dedicate one stream a week to horror games. Like, right now, the plan is, The Quarry, and if I can get my hands on it, The Dark Pictures, The Devil in Me. I think that's what it's called, The Devil. Which actually, the Dark Pictures Anthology is a series of games made by the same company that made Until Dawn. But it's also crazy, like, the big name actors they have in those projects, right? Like, with Until Dawn, you have Hayden Panettiere, you have Rami Malek, you have Brett Dalton. Oh yeah, I remember that. I think you were the one that sent me the link to it. And it was kind of cool seeing Linkin Park do all those, or at least, at the very least, seeing seeing Linkin Park kind of do those kind of tributes to Chester with Sum 41, with Blink-182. It's kind of like the tribute concert the Foo Fighters did for Taylor Hawkins. Shane is Taylor's son. You know, they had like all these different huge name drummers coming up and playing popular Foo Fighters songs, and then they ended it with Taylor's son Shane playing My Hero. But it's always nice seeing, you know, other bands kind of help get involved with those tributes. Actually funny, because the version of Zombie I was playing before was actually a cover of a cover. And the cover was by a band called Bad Wolves. Funny thing, House of Ashes, that's an okay game. Wasn't my favorite in the series. Honestly, I kind of still prefer Little Hope over House of Ashes and even Man of Medan. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the cover of Zombie was actually originally supposed to have Dolores O'Riordan have the lead singer of the Cranberries. She was supposed to Wolfgang Van Halen playing Hop. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Wolfie's got his dad's talents. He's got his dad's talents. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's as good a drummer as Eddie is as well, because Eddie apparently, number one, was originally going to be the drummer for Van Halen, and Alex was going to be the guitar player. But also, apparently, Eddie also usually went in and overdubbed a lot of Alex Van Halen's drum tracks. Because Alex Van Halen apparently was not that great a drummer, at least compared to Eddie. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Wolfgang has a lot of his dad's instrumental talents as well. Because like oh, that's not good. Yeah, I had 2 run-throughs basically. One where I think sorry, 3 run-throughs. I had 3 run-throughs. One where I accidentally killed Rami Malek's character and Brett Dalton's character, and then one where yeah, QTE. The QTEs are like really sensitive, right? Like especially the one where you have to like hold the controller still. Like if you sneeze at the wrong time, you're screwed. I actually used to cheat with those, and I would just put my controller on my desk. Yeah, I would assume Dave probably played drums for that, unless Alex got joined in when Wolfie was playing Hot for Teacher. I just realized I might have a bit of a problem. I might need to spend a half hour doing some let's see what the outbreaks are today. I mean, realistically, the only outbreak I don't have a shiny from yet is Tynamo, but that's such a pain in the ass to do. Yeah, it looks like all I've got is Shelder, and Dave was on guitar as well. I think it was a mutual associate. I mean, it could have easily been Alex, right? Because Alex still played drums live. They're like, you don't do this. Oh, yeah. QTEs. Quick time events, you have to, a lot of times you have to be like really on the ball with them, right? I think there was one, what was it? There was, oh, you're not shiny. When I was playing Man of Medan, there was... Oh, it wasn't Alex? Okay. Fair enough. Like, I think apparently there were, apparently Travis Barker was involved in that show, because I remember watching, I'm just gonna run. I can't run, can I? Oh, I can. That's a relief. It would take two. It would take 2 turns. Or what modded? Pokemon? No, these are... All throughout Paldea, there are Pokemon that'll have a different Terra type. I don't mod my Switch. In fact, the only console I have modded is my 3DS, and that's just so I can do video capture on it. got 2 eggs left before I gotta swap again. But yeah, in addition to the Terra dens, you'll sometimes see just a random wild Pokemon. Well, it's not a random, it's the same Pokemon in the same spots. Well, it's, you know, it's like, there are certain spots where, like, a Pokemon is programmed to appear, but that Pokemon is always programmed to be a certain Pokemon with a certain Terra type. So, for example, near, you got that fighting Terra type, Low-Kicks that I just ran into. You've got, what is it? Right over here, there's a Fairy Terra type, Sylveon. There's a Terra type, I think a Fairy Terra type Azumarill somewhere around here. I can't remember what the Terra type is, but there's a Slacking around here. Where did I get all my legendaries? Other games. Like, you know. Like, you know, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Dynamax Adventures, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, the Ultra Wormhole. There are random legendary encounters well, not random, but there's legendary encounters you can do in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and then just, you know, other games you can catch different legendaries, right? Pokemon Go? Oh yeah, no, I don't have that many legendaries for Pokemon Go. Wait. Oh, no, I thought that was shiny. That's pretty cool. Maybe this world's an infinite dream. This is another Terra Pokemon. This is going to be an electric Terra type Jolteon. Because all the evolutions, normally if you just evolve them, they're going to have the standard normal Terra type that Eevee has. But then you get some places like, let me try that. There's one example I can get to pretty easily. I can just remember where it is. It's here. No, not here. It's here. There's a Terra Garchomp. But the problem is, like, you can't usually deal with these during the main game because they're usually, like, really high level. It's like, I don't know how many Legends Arceus streamers you watched. The best comparison I can make is that they're like the alpha Pokemon from Legends Arceus, where they're significantly higher level than anything else in the area. I'm getting sick of your bullshit attitude. How you walk around like you shine brighter, it's killing me. So what do you say? Do you want me? Or do you want me dead? I've got hands up. It's been a while since we've gotten another shiny starter. Anver is that game? I'm sorry? Don't play that. You said it enough. This is a water Terra type Garchomp. You've never heard of that game? Legends Arceus was, it was kind of like, It was a Gen 8 game that was kind of a preview of what Gen 9 was going to give, except not nearly as buggy. Let it ride on a bad bet. I double down on a sinking ship. Got my hands up. Yeah, yeah. Stand up through the night. I've got my hands up. Yeah, yeah. Do you want me? Yeah, yeah. Like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee? Yeah. So it's not like Let's Go Eevee. It's kind of like Let's Go Eevee in that you can see shinies in the overworld. And there's like a little sound that kind of accompanies them. Right, yeah, you don't have a Switch. Fair enough. But you said I'm assuming you played Let's Go Eevee on like a friend's Switch, right? So with Let's Go Eevee, you have shinies that kind of pop up in the overworld as you encounter them. It's kind of like here, except there's at least like a sparkle to help you tell the difference. Unlike here where, you know, if you see a shiny in the overworld, you have to basically know what the shiny looks like. But with Legends Arceus, while you can encounter shinies in the overworld, there's also kind of like a little sparkle sound when you're near one. Master of puppets, I'm pulling your strings. I'm smashing your strings. No, you're not. Go down to... Oh, it's a Combi outbreak. Huh. Puppets, I'm pulling your strings. What's in your mind? It is, yeah. Ooh, important. This actually has this actually has a chance to drop Herba, so I'm gonna do this real fast. I'll use One Piece. Because One Piece is actually gonna be immune to Yawn. Because all the evolutions have Yawn. apologies. I have my window open and there are people who love to rev their fucking car engines outside. Go for a nasty plot. Get some setup going here. Yep, yawn doesn't affect me until it roars. To get rid of my ability. So if it starts going for muddy water, this is going to hurt a bit more. Luckily, I have recover for that. Interesting. But it hasn't tried to hit me yet, so. Wow. That thing is bulky. I got all my setup, right? I got all my setup. I might need to wait till I terrestrialize to be able to do like some serious damage to this thing. Thankfully, it hasn't figured out that it needs to get rid of my ability first. Okay, so it dropped its own stat drops. That's fine. I get to hit it with a boosted Terra Ghost Shadow Ball. More than I was expecting. Okay, so Calm Mind's gonna be a bit problematic. Just because it's going to make Shadow Ball hit slightly less hard than it did before. Oh shit, that's gonna hurt. I forgot the evolutions had Terra Blast. Jesus Christ! Son of a bitch! I need this to crit. It did not. Well. I should have recovered. I can still get through this. That's the good news. It's gonna take a bit longer. It's gonna cut real close, but... Alright. Thankfully, it's still too stupid to realize it can't yawn me. But I'm just gonna start firing off Shadow Balls, because that's really all I can do at this point. I waste too much time setting up, and we're gonna be in trouble. I hope it's still too stupid to realize that yawning's not the best solution. But now that the shield's down, it should go down this turn. Oh fuck, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, it didn't crit, so that's the good news. Oh shit! We got 4 Herba Mystica on that one. That's a good drop. Oh, eggs are hatching. So I'm not gonna lie, I might do a bit of a shorter stream tonight just because I'm a little tired, but I'm gonna try to at least make it to 2 hours. Alright. Ah, shit. Ooh, this is the new version. Then again, I don't have the old version of this cover on my Spotify, on my playlist. Is something alive in the ocean? Is there? How you doing, Max? You know I like to say there's something about her. Look at her, you know you do. It's possible she wants you to. There's one way to ask her. Don't say a word and just go word. Go on and kiss the girl. Sha la 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 la, my oh my, look at the shy kiss. What? What? You don't like The Little Mermaid? Sha. Is that? No, it's not. Kiss the girl. I'm gonna kiss the girl. In a blue lagoon. Oh, you better do it soon. Appreciate your taste, but really? What? What's wrong with Jonathan Young? I mean, the cover makes it better because it adds, you know, some metal flair to it, right? Or makes it more of a pop punk song, right? That's what I like about this particular version of it. I'm gonna kiss the girl. Nothing, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I was talking about how, like, one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite covers of his was the, Shaggy Like It Wasn't Me Shaggy? I can't, what? Like, I'm assuming you don't mean Zoinks Shaggy, you mean It Wasn't Me Shaggy, but I can't picture that. Sounded in a shame, you better wanna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, don't be scared, you got the mum prepared. Go on and kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la. Yeah. Yeah. He actually, spent a lot of his Twitch streams working on this. I miss the girl. And of course, he's working with Caleb on this one. Yep. Come on. Dude can't go 6 months without doing a collaboration with Caleb. It's like they're roommates or something. They probably, they might be. I don't know. Like I know for the longest time he was roommates with Rashad EB and Family Jewels. Which had John Stamos as Chef Louis. Oh god, I cannot see John Stamos doing a shitty French accent. There's nothing I can say. They aren't? Yeah, no. Like I said, I know he, Rashad EB, and Family Jewels used to be roommates, and that's why they used to collaborate all the time. They should be? Yeah, but the amount of times they work together, but you know. Jonathan's busy being married. But can I speak? Is it hard understanding? I'm incomplete. A life that's so demanding. I get so weak. A love that's so demanding. I get weak. I'm not afraid to give up. I can't do harmonies. I can't do harmonies to save my life, but god damn it if I'm not gonna try. Can't stop me going home. Especially the voice plays Little Mermaid melody. But like most Disney, yeah. It's very rare that you'll find a Disney cover that sucks. And usually the ones that suck are the ones that are done by Disney themselves. The less we say about Ashley Tisdale's cover of Kiss the Girl, the better. Or Jonas Brothers' version of Poor Unfortunate Souls. Demanding, I get weak. It was awesome. Possibly overheard Christopher Walken talking about Peter Pan live and how he killed his hook, and John said, "Hold my Uzo and grappa. Challenge accepted." Grappa's Italian. John Stamos is both Greek and Italian? I did not know that. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. I knew that Caleb and Jonathan collabed with Vine sensation turned YouTube. I did not know that! Like I don't actively follow Thomas Sanders as much as I used to, but I did not know they did work together. But that kind of makes sense because Thomas is a hell of a singer. To me, he's blind myself, always blind. To me, I say. I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak. I defy you. I defy you to give me a better pop punk album than My Chemical Romance's The Black Parade. Oh, we don't talk about Bruno group cover. I didn't see that. It's probably on Spotify, so I should probably check it out at some point, but Thomas is Isabella. I haven't seen Encanto. Is Isabella the one who can grow grapes? 'Cause I assume Marisol is Stephanie Beatrice's character. I think that's her name, right? asleep all day. Yeah, she's a plant girl. Okay. Yeah, I like I said, I haven't seen Encanto. I haven't watched a Pixar movie in forever. Like, the last new Pixar movie I saw was Big Hero... Yeah, Big Hero 6. That shows how long it's been since I actually watched a Pixar movie. Honey, if you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going home. I actually didn't know. Okay, I thought Encanto was partially produced by Pixar. That was Big Hero 6? Oh. But I always had the vision, always had high. Be that one in a million, always had high. I actually haven't. It's probably on Crave, so I probably can watch it at some point, but yeah. I imagine it's pretty good, because usually Pixar movies are usually summer release. I thought Encanto was a summer release. Like, I know Big Hero 6 was Disney's Oscar submission for the animated category that year. I can't remember if that was the same year Mirai no Mirai from the director of Cowboy Bebop. The anime, not the Netflix series. Shinichiro Watanabe, I think was his name. I think that was part of... Let me actually check that real quick. What year? Encanto was the weekend after Thanksgiving. Okay. Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 came out a couple weeks before Thanksgiving 2014. So, wouldn't have been part of the same... Wouldn't have been part of the same class as Mirai. Mirai no Mirai, it was 2018. Okay, so what was nominated for the Oscar the same year? Best Animated Feature for 2019. Oh, God! It lost out to Toy Story 4? Oh, no. It lost out to Into the Spider-Verse. Okay. That's understandable. That is understandable. Into the Spider-Verse is fucking awesome. But yeah, that makes sense, because I was looking at Best Animated Feature, and Encanto, like Big Hero 6, was Disney's Oscar submission that year. For its respective year. Yeah, that is definitely understandable. If it lost to Toy Story 4, I would be pissed. Because I actually went to go see Mirai. I went to go see with a buddy of mine, Sonic MTD. And, like, that was a great movie. Also, Into the Spider-Verse is way older than that. Yeah, 2018. It took 5 years. And 3 of those years, from what I understood, was dedicated just to animating Hobie. Like, it took 3 years to get Hobie's animation down. For clarification, Hobie is Spider-Punk. which is weird because he actually has some. He actually shares something in common with Miles. I don't want to go too much into it because of spoilers, but essentially, I don't even know how much I can say without spoiling like a huge plot point into the across the Spider-Verse. Now we got, yeah, honestly, I'd rather, they're only doing one more. That's Beyond the Spider-Verse. And honestly, I'd rather wait. Because, you know, we waited 5 years for Across the Spider-Verse. It delivered on the hype. And like I said, I would rather they take their time and make, you know, a good product where, you know, it doesn't lead to the animators being overworked as fuck. Because, like, could you imagine if they tried to rush Across the Spider-Verse out the door? Hobie alone would have been a fucking disaster. Spider-Punk would have been a fucking disaster to try to animate under crunch. Oh, it's a GoldenEye song. It's a song from GoldenEye. I was trying to figure out, like, why does this song sound familiar? It's from GoldenEye. The N64 game, just to clarify. But, like, the worst thing to be forced to go through as an animator is crunch. Because that's when shit gets missed, right? You know, because they don't have time to test things properly or make sure it's working. You see it all the time with video games especially. Like, look at Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This was rushed out the door. For example, there was just a Terra Pokemon here, and now it's gone. Did they? No. Hey, AJ, how you doing? Yeah, no. It was always going to be a trilogy. Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and Beyond the Spider-Verse. Because they pretty much announced the Into the Spider-Verse sequels right next to each other. All we had was the name of the first one for the longest time, and then Beyond the Spider-Verse was announced. I hear ya. I hear ya. I hear ya on being tired. Wow, they're all arriving at the same time. But I saw a post where it showed both parts for probably. I don't know if they really should split the movie up further. Because number one, it's already probably unrealistic to expect the movie to come out in 2025. Just again, Hobie is going to be even though they have like a lot of they can probably use a lot of the same coding tricks to get Hobie animated properly. Hobie alone, like, they'd have to have like a full dedicated team just for Hobie alone to get him done in time. And here's the other thing too. A lot of the cast members aren't going to be able to record Into the Spider-Verse. No, that's not realistic at all. Because a lot of the cast still haven't even recorded their lines yet. And now that you have the Screen Actors Guild on strike, there are a lot of people. Daniel Kaluuya, Haley Steinfeld. If they haven't recorded their lines already, they're not going to until that strike is over. It's what Google's a little outdated. There's no way that movie comes out next year. Even before the strike, it was unrealistic to say it comes out next year without crunching the fuck out of your animation team. But now that the Screen Actors Guild are on strike, like so many members of the voice cast are actually part of part of SAG as well. Like, they can't even go to Comic-Con to promote because that would be considered scabbing. That would be considered crossing the picket line. They can go to Comic-Con as you know, a member of the audience, but you know, they can't answer. Yeah. Like anything that was filming at this point is basically, there's no chance it comes out before the end of next year. At a minimum. So like Cat 4, that was currently being worked on. That's on the shelf. Deadpool 3, that was being worked on. And honestly, I think it's for the better that it got put on the shelf for a bit because, you know, hopefully by the time they're able to start filming again, they'll have a deal with the WGA and Ryan Reynolds will be allowed to, you know, improvise on set. Because here's a funny thing due to the WGA strike, before SAG went on strike. Ryan Reynolds legally could not ad-lib any lines on set. Because if he ad-libbed, they'd have to write them into the script. And 95% of the appeal of the Deadpool movie was Ryan Reynolds ad-libbing. What? That it's basically. Oh wait, it was the Wolverine costume, right? That was what dropped about filming. Oh. Yeah, like I said, whatever news they had, that's kind of outdated now that the strike started. And here's the funny thing too. This could have started way sooner. This strike could have started way sooner. Because apparently, SAG-AFTRA's current contract with the AMPTP, it ended on June 30th. They actually signed an extension to try to get some comic book Wolverine. I mean, we'll still get comic book Wolverine. It's just gonna take longer to get there. And honestly, I'd rather, you know, if delaying the movie means, you know, writers and actors get paid fair wages without having to worry about AI, which I don't know if you've ever. As someone who's experienced Dynamax adventures, let me tell you, AI is not something to rely on. Yeah, it's exactly what the costume is. It's ripped right out of the comic book. egg to hatch. Yeah, it really does. And the problem is, these idiots think it's the be-all end-all to solve fucking everything. Yeah, YouTube's algorithm is bullshit. You know how many fucking times someone tries to recommend Andrew Tate to me, or I get Andrew Tate fucking clips in my shorts? No matter how many times I say I don't want to see this shit, it winds up in my fucking shorts. The amount of times I see ads from the fucking Epoch Times. It's ridiculous. Algorithms are bullshit. Ugh. Oh, what's worse? You wanna know what the final straw was for SAG-AFTRA's SAG-AFTRA announcing the strike? The AMPTP suggested their groundbreaking proposal for bringing SAG-AFTRA, keeping SAG-AFTRA from striking was, we're going to, yes. Just look at how the world's smartest dumbass has fucking ruined Twitter in 2 months. Actually, not even, in 2 weeks. All because he didn't want to pay his fucking bills. That's the low kicks. Like, first it was crypto, then it was NFTs, now it's fucking AI. We're literally turning into fucking Black Mirror at this point. It didn't, no. It didn't. Twitter was a hell site before Musk bought it, but he made it worse. Do you know apparently you can get banned for blocking too many advertisers on Twitter? A friend of mine found that out the hard way. But here's the thing, all the advertisers that are left are shitty ones for fucking crypto or AI. Also, fair one, I think crypto might be a banned term in my chat. No, it's not. It's just a blocked term I have on Twitter. Never mind. But yeah, in my experience, there are certain topics that just you don't want to try to open yourself up for debate on, because 9 times out of 10 their defenders are idiots. For a hero till the end of the night, and he's gotta be strong. Everyone's in a little cube. I'll be honest, I've only really seen the first season of Black Mirror. So all I know is 15 million merits. The one where the Prime Minister screws a pig. Oh, sorry, the Prime Minister of England screws a pig, I should say. Don't want to attract the wrong crowd here in Canada. And then I can't remember what the third one. Oh, the memory chip one with the 13th Doctor, who is technically the 15th Doctor. And to sweep me off my feet. God, Moffat really fucked up the timeline of the Doctors. Gotta be strong, and he's gotta be. Yo, I actually never saw 15 million merits. Oh God, that one was depressing. I mean, to be fair, just about every single... There's not a single Black Mirror episode that's not fucking depressing as shit. But 15 million merits. Ugh, I hate it. I didn't hate it, but yeah. Holding out for a hero till the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be fresh from the fight. You know, it's funny. I actually, number one, I didn't know this was originally from Footloose. And I watched Footloose for the first time a few years ago. I didn't know that this song was played. You'd think this is played during a scene where he's going to confront a bully or something, or he's running to confess to save his girlfriend from the father or something. It's basically a Sims game, but it ran your life instead of the other way around. Yeah. Yeah, and you had to watch the ads if you didn't have the money to skip them. But I will say, credit where credit is due. Daniel Kaluuya fucking nailed it in 15 million merits. Like even before Get Out. Oh, actually, I think this was around the same time that Get Out came out. Like, 15 million merits is one of those projects I would probably put up there with Get Out in terms of like some of the best stuff Daniel Kaluuya's done. Just in terms of like sheer raw acting. Move fast, baby, don't be slow. Step inside, real on time to go. I can't seem to control all this vengeance inside me. This red hot temper, I just can't resist all this vengeance inside me. If I have the money, I definitely want to get Devil May Cry 5. And just to play it, but to be fair, I still have to play Devil May Cry 2. And Devil May Cry. I think the only ones I've played have been the first Devil May Cry, the fourth Devil May Cry, and the remake. I started playing 2 and I kind of got bored with it. And I haven't touched 3. Voices inside my head, I'm on fire, veins burning red. Frustration is getting bigger. Bang, bang, bang. So yes, what are we going in about? Actually, it's kind of funny too. Now I think about it, with the stupid AI deepfake shit that the AMPT was trying to propose. How could they possibly think that was a good idea after The Flash? He discovered something funny. Oh yeah, what is it? Oh, the fact that it's still Twitch themed. Is that it? Hey, this storm swelling inside me. I'm a bomb you can't. Same color scheme as the dinos. I never noticed that. Holy shit. I mean, oh my god, Shiny Mareep. I mean, yeah. The Stegosaurus is more of a purple, more of a pinkish purple, but yeah. Speaking of pink. We fly through to get closer. Like the silver bullet. Hey, 100 messages today. Nice. It's kind of cool. I did not know Restream kept track of the amount of posts in chat. A little self-conscious about that now. Thanks, Restream. And up we go. Floof, yes. There's the floof. Excuse me. Oh. Generally helps if I put eggs in the party, doesn't it? Alright, so before I start hatching this next batch, I'm gonna take a quick little break to go get some water. I will see y'all in a bit.
Shadow grasping onto every breath as I await the deadly night. So scary, but you can't give in to this fear of pumpkin carriages. 'Cause all the witches see it in your eyes, see you in your dreams, yeah, baby. Your nightmares too, that's where I'll find you. Fairy blue, all this is just for you. That I would crush the stars and put them on display. Black paper moon, if you really put your faith in me. When you're lost, here I am, forever with your soul. Waiting here above you patiently, just like the shining moon. Our symbol rises to the surface.
Okay, we're back, and I think the toys kind of explain it better, but essentially, the Stegosaur kind of splits apart, and essentially, the Stegosaur becomes the arms and the legs, while the Dragozord, becomes the weapon, and then, oh, sorry, no, Stegosaur becomes the top half, and the Dragozord becomes both the staff that it carries and the legs. I think that's how it works. Oh, and then, sorry, no, the Dragozord becomes the arms and the legs. I'm dumb. The Stegosaur becomes the chest. I will find you, my dear. But yeah, like I said, the toys kind of make a little bit more sense, but Sorry, I need water really badly. Hello, Pachirisu. Stegosaur is the body, the Dragosaur is the arms, head, weapons, wings. Yeah. Well, no, I think... Oh, no, it's part of the head. It's part of... No. Yeah, no, it's part of the head. It does, yeah. Like I said, the toys kind of make a little bit more sense, but the toys have to be a little bit more realistic in that regard. Yeah. There's like another... I don't think there was another Zord where like it doesn't make as much sense assembling it, but in the show, but I can't remember which one it is. Also, no, it's not. I think it must have been a translation thing. Let me check Ava Ranger really quick. Mecha Abba Ranger. So we have... Pteranodon. Yeah. They call it Top Galler. That's it. That doesn't help either. Yeah, so that, again, does not really help in naming it. Especially since it's basically another Pteranodon. Or Pterosaurus, or Pterodactyl, whatever you want to fucking call it. Ooh, that's a bit. There we go, that's better. But I mean, it's like how in Beast Morphers, the Sentai counterpart for the Mantis Zord is actually a stag beetle, if I remember correctly. You know, like even in Ninja Storm, the Hunter's Zord is technically a stag beetle, but he calls it the Insectazord instead of the... But that's more just because, you know, Blake's is also a beetle. His is a Hercules beetle, if I remember correctly. What else is there? Actually, the Dragosaur is apparently a Puxara? Puxwara? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm assuming it's, you know, well, I mean, related to pterodactyls. Right. So you couldn't call it the Puxazord or something? Oh god. Piss off, Skid of Go-Goat. Nobody likes you. Except Glax for some reason. Run away. Damn you. Lucky I don't want to have to deal with level ups. Right. See if I can make it all the way to Alfrenada. Better question. Can I land on top of the observatory? No, I cannot. Ah. Breathe in for luck. Breathe. Remember when I was in high school, I had to check and see if that was shiny. Ooh, it's a little baby Flaffy. Doing fine, we're doing nothing, and my heart is so hot, might kill me. So won't you kill me? So I'll die happy. I remember when I was in high school, I was in a band. Like I remember my my drummer at the time. I'm still friends with him, but due to a combination of just me not having a lot of confidence in my abilities as a songwriter, and also the fact that I am convinced I was an asshole in high school, I just kind of stopped trying to form bands. But my drummer was always saying, like, we should cover this at some point. Instead of like the one Faber Drive song I was always covering. Faber Drive is a band from British Columbia. They were like my favorite band in high school. Hands down, this is the best day I can ever ever. When we realize Christ. Try to avoid anything here. I think if I'm right, that is Terra Umbreon? Fuck off, Umbreon. Kindly fuck off, Umbreon. Fuck it the fuck off, you fuck. Favorite band in high school. Skillet was a decent band. I really only liked a few songs by them, to be honest. Like, I liked Hero, I liked Monster. But they weren't like one of those bands that kind of drop everything to listen to. Now, I was always more into the pop-punk scene. And that kind of eventually expanded into, like, hardcore and metal. But and, like, my high school, like, the town my high school was in had, like, a really massive hardcore scene as well. So, like, the first concert I ever went to was a Fall Out Boy concert. But I also wound up going to a lot of local hardcore shows as well when I was a little older, like grade 11, 12. I started going to a lot of hardcore shows. And that was when I found out that me being in a mosh pit was generally not a good idea because I bounced in the mosh pits. So, you know, you get somebody who kind of comes up the wrong way, and thankfully it never happened, but I was always worried, you know, when I'm coming down from a bounce, someone was gonna come up and accidentally, like, shoulder me in the ribs and, like, break something. Also, like, the first ever mosh pit I was in, I almost lost my shoe and it scared the shit out of me. Hello? There's something in the wall. What the fuck? Well, this game is totally not broken. Also went to high school 8 years before me. Yeah. Oh yes, you would have been later Skillet too. That's worse. That's worse. Ugh, I hate later Skillet. Oh, that's no joke. These guys don't appreciate I'm broke. Oh, I should probably swap my eggs. Straight right, scoundrel. Ah, just a little snack, guys. Rip him up and take it back, guys. I can take a hint, gotta face the facts. You're my only friend, ooh. It's become a one-man rising crime. I blame parents, except he hasn't got help. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal the weed, tell you all about it when I got the time. Jump ahead. What? You don't like Aladdin? Oh, it's because I said you listen to the bad years of Skillet. That's fair. That's fair. Nobody likes hearing their favorite band get insulted. It's yes. It is of course Jonathan's cover. With his old roommate Rashad doing guitar. But yeah, Aladdin was one of my favorite Disney movies growing up, along with The Lion King. You know? I always say is Lion King was the first movie my parents took me to go see in theaters. You can imagine, Mufasa's death traumatized the shit out of me. You know, you got fucking 2-year-old me sitting in the theater. Why is he not waking up? Scoundrel, take that! I love how my mic's just not picking that up because I'm not projecting enough. It just looks like I'm... I mean, I can see why. Like, even... Like, honestly, I even like... Even though Return of Jafar scared the shit out of me as a kid, because Jafar got fucking scary in that movie. I didn't even realize that that Dan Castellaneta voiced Called Somewhere by Hercules and the Little Mermaid. Interesting choices. Yeah, for me, my top 3 were, when I was a kid, were The Lion King, Aladdin, and Beauty and the Beast. I mean, yeah. But Genie Jafar gave me fucking nightmares. No, Yago's fine. Yago is fine. Like, honestly, like, for a lot of people, that's Gilbert Gottfried's legacy, right? You know? Why is there a haunter out here in the middle of the day? Apparently, like, what was it? I remember reading somewhere, apparently like, Robin Williams had like 8 hours of just pure improvised takes, or improvised dialogue that they just kind of found a way to write around for the movie. Makes us this. I forgot to swap my eggs again. But yeah, there wasn't really a lot of bad casting in that movie, to be honest. In the Aladdin movie. Like, even when they temporarily recast Dan Castellaneta as the genie, he did a decent job. You know, he's no Robin Williams, but I mean, who is? Said when I was drunk, didn't mean to call you that. Can't remember what you said or what you told me. Please tell me why. And I'm sleeping with my clothes on. I came in the window last night. He did, yeah. Too bad the Oscars kind of fuck over animation and voice acting in general. Like 9 times out of 10, if there's a Disney or Pixar movie in the on the nominee list, that's what wins because they don't give a shit about animation. Like I remember the year Into the Spider-Verse one, that was a genuine shock for people. Not necessarily for Yago, but still, yeah. You know, I just realized there's a distinct lack of Ninja Sex Party in my playlist of songs I use for YouTube streams. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. About the things I said when I was drunk, I didn't mean to call you that. That is assuming that doesn't get my stream muted, but I think Ninja Sex Party is usually good with. It's probably just gonna wind up like the other covers I have on here where they just credit them and... Disney Renaissance was interesting, yeah. I mean, for a lot of us, the Renaissance is what was the point where we got into Disney, right? Like, or for, you know, for 90s kids, for... Yeah, same. Same, like I was born in 92, so like, I was like right almost at the beginning of the Renaissance. No, area can kind of work too, but yeah, I get what you're trying to say. So like, yeah, for me, you know, I was like kind of, I was born kind of like almost at the beginning of the Renaissance era. Are you shiny? No, you're not. And then and then, you know, stuff like Hercules came out, like, What else? Fox and the Hound was the 80s, I think. I think that was like right before the Renaissance. Yeah. You were like right at the tail end of the Renaissance. Because like I think the last movie of the Disney Renaissance was probably Mulan. I don't remember what the next movie would have been after that. And once again, I forgot to swap my eggs. Hercules was good. Hercules was good. You know, it's one of the few roles I actually like James Woods in. Heracles, yeah, but you know, people are stupid. Disney Renaissance. So, 1989. Okay. Yeah, 1989. Little Mermaid was the start of the Renaissance. And Tarzan was the last movie in the Renaissance. Ugh. Talk about ending on a talk about ending on a dud. I mean, Tarzan was fine, but I think there were better. Well, I do remember going to go see Tarzan with my cousins when I was a kid. I don't remember much about that. Yeah, Little Mermaid to Tarzan. Yeah, I looked it up myself too, just to be sure. Also, I just realized the anthem's been playing, and I have not saluted yet. I disrespected the emo anthem. It also helps that, like, My Chemical Romance probably wrote, like, one of my favorite songs of all time in teenagers. Tarzan is, yeah. Like, the tail end of the Disney Renaissance wasn't great. Mulan was fine. Tarzan was fine. That's all you can say about them. They're fine. You're not shiny. Like, and then, what was it? And then Treasure Planet. I think Treasure Planet just missed out on the Renaissance. And it underperformed because it wasn't promoted a lot. You're gonna wear what you want to know. It's actually funny, because if I remember correctly, there was another movie that came out, like, just after the Renaissance. 3D animated. It was a non-Pixar 3D animated Disney movie. Dinosaurs. And if I remember correctly, that animation still really stands up well today. And that was, like, 23 years ago that movie came out, I want to say. 23 years ago? Oh, 23 years ago. But the only thing you could say about it is the animation still holds up. Everything else about it is not great. The acting, the writing, not that great. It's just the animation that's good there. Is that a shiny... Is that a shiny Squovit? If that's a fucking shiny Squovit... That little pinky right there. I think that's a shiny Squovit. I swear to God, that's a shiny Squovit. We'll carry on, carry on. Nope. We're not teaching anyone any other moves. Stupid squirrel. Stupid squirrel. Are you marked? No. I should also check my Mareep that I found. Yeah, you marked. No. Let's actually go back to our regularly scheduled shiny hunting box. That makes sense. Not. In somebody else's lake, you dream about going up there. That is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you. Right here. It's actually funny because I remember seeing. No, you're an Electrode. Let's see. What was it? I actually remember seeing The Little Mermaid during its re-release in like the late 90s. I think it was like, no, it was the mid-90s. I think it was like 95, 96. Because I remember going to go see it with my older cousin when I was a kid. Probably all three of my top 3 Disney songs are hero songs. I mean, yeah. The hero songs are probably... I'd say they're probably some of the best, but... You know, you got stuff like Poor Unfortunate Souls. Like, there's some really good villain songs too, right? I swear to God, if I find another fucking shiny Squirrelbit or Greedent. Okay, good. None of them are shiny. Alright. I'm gonna finish this box off and I'm gonna call it a night. Like I said, I think I was only gonna go for a short stream tonight. But a lot of sand. We got a high crustacean band. Actually, as mid as Tarzan was, you got to admit that soundtrack went way harder than it needed to. Zero Hero, Bell, and One Jump Ahead. Ooh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, those are all good, hero songs. I'm trying to think like what my favorite hero songs would be. I mean, I kind of like Go the Distance. Okay, we're gonna run now. Oh, I almost timed that perfectly with the song too. I really like Make a Man Out of You. That's probably another really good hero song, if you can call that a hero song. Well, really, Mulan doesn't really have any villain songs either. The closest I can think of is A Girl Worth Fighting For, and that's only because of what happens right at the end of the song. Oh god. Yeah, don't mind me. We'll just let this egg hatch while I just completely fall off the cliff. Kind of. I can see it. Because that's also like it's a bold choice. It's a bold choice to start a movie about a Greek hero who with his Roman name, with a gospel choir. One of you, please shine. Up this to. Oh, I think that was the last one. No, I have two more. Ah. The last songs in the movie. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the songs were, because the only ones I could think of are "Bless My Soul, Hook Was on a Roll," and "Go the Distance to Zero to Hero." I can only think of 3 songs from that movie. That it? Oh, that's it. Okay. Bless My Soul is Zero to Hero? Oh, okay. Okay. I could have sworn there was another one that they used to kind of introduce the movie, but I don't know. It's been fucking years since I watched Hercules, so I mean it's on Disney Plus. I probably should watch it at some point. But that is going to be it for us tonight. Like I said, it's going to be a bit of a short stream tonight because I'm kind of burnt out. But luckily, Max, you know what's coming tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be returning to the world of Kingdom Hearts for Birth by Sleep. Oh boy. I'm simultaneously excited for it and dreading it, to be honest. Cause like that's gospel truth. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Alright. Well, that, like I said, is going to be it for us tonight. So, with all that, the ghastly, that is going to be it for us tonight. Thank you all so much for joining in. If you would like to follow on social media, or join our awesome Discord community. Links, as always, are in the chat off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and post the link tree up on Kick as well. But, like I said, that will be it for us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow for more, for telling the story of Zeus. Ah, okay. That would explain, yeah, Zeus and the Titans basically setting up the plot, essentially. Alright. So, thank you all so much for joining in. Remember, ping me when you start, it's important. Okay. Alright, yeah, make sure I don't pick the wrong focus again, like I did for Kingdom Hearts 2. I picked magic when I should have picked attacks. Attack. Anyways, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kiro Kennedy. Thank you all so much for joining in. I will see you later. Peace!